everybody. I just went to record this and I've got this crazy contraption set up to hold my iPad while I'm recording this. And it just accidentally fell down entirely on my sleeping cat. So he literally went through the roof. And I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh my God, even the other cat is so cute. The other cat's going up and giving him headbutts. Are you being a good brother? I want to talk about money. Because I'm a single mum, right? Hi, buddy. I have to put a roof over our heads. I pay a mortgage on my own. Oh my God, you're so cute. I have many animals to look after. I have a child, a human child. And look at you. Oh, you're so cute, your pants. You are. This kitty plays video games on the iPad and he loves them. So anytime he sees a screen, he runs up to it and starts tapping it. And he does it to the microwave and the computer. Don't you? You know stuff about screens. Anyway, kitty's covered in don't get a white Persian cross. And now I've got hair in my eyeballs. I am so sick of trying to survive as a single parent in this world, in Australia. I'm assuming it's not just like this in Australia. We are kind of forced almost to be with somebody else just to be able to afford life. And my partner and I separated. We were together for over 20 years. We owned a house together. Well, the bank owned our house and we were paying it off for a good 15 years. So when we left the relationship, we were each able to buy places on our own, but it meant, sorry, I'm not picking my nose. It's cat. It's Persian hair. It's different. But it just meant big mortgages for us each that we pay on our own now, right? And I've just undergone open heart surgery 4 weeks ago, or 5 weeks ago maybe. And at the moment I can't work and there is no financial help. And it makes me really angry, but it makes me angry that regardless of this and regardless of everything, we live in a society where we are forced, where it's not affordable for one person. You know, if you were to say if you needed to go on job seeker or disability or any of those pension type things that are hard to get in the first place, the amount you get is not even enough to cover rent, let alone bills and food and all of the things. And since my separation from my partner, I have been single. And I want to be single. I don't want to have to be with somebody else before I'm ready. And I don't know if I'll be ready or want to. And so, you know, I need to look at other incomes. So when I go back to work, I've been a vet nurse for over 25 years. I'm a dog behaviourist, so I do private consulting and things just to try and make ends meet and put this roof over our head. I had no idea that I had a genetic heart defect and I was actually going in for a minor procedure, well, minor compared to this. And it was through all of the screening for my anaesthetic that they went, actually, there's something very wrong with your heart. And I had an angiogram done, and I was told that I have bicuspid aortic stenosis, that it's at the worst possible grade it could be before it causes death, in terms of aneurysms and things like that. And then I needed emergency open heart surgery. So that means no work for 12 weeks. So I went and spoke to the doctors, and I looked online about Centrelink, and there is no help for me financially. There's just not. The disability pension is clearly, explicitly says you only can get it right if you are disabled to the point of not being able to work, but you finished all of your treatment. So let's say I had open heart surgery and it went shit, and I had to live severely debilitated forever, where there was no further treatment, or that I was kind of stuck being that way. And so I'm not explaining it very good, but so to get the disability, you need to sort of be at the, you need to have whatever your disability is. You need to have been treated, and you need to be permanently that way, if that makes sense. So me, even though I can't work for 12 weeks, and I am a single mum running a household on my own, and I've got to pay bills and food and mortgage and my daughter's school fees, it's impossible. I to even get an income, you know, so because I'm expected to be better than this, and I'm expected to get better. But that doesn't pay the mortgage, does it? And that doesn't keep a roof over your head. And if having a health crisis loses me my house, it's just wrong. It's so wrong. And, you know, these kinds of things are meant to be there for when you need them. And that's what we all pay taxes for. But there's no help for me. So I have had to rely solely on my mum and dad, who are old age pensioners, and I feel so guilty. And even when I can work, surviving financially is next to impossible, because the cost of living is out of control. The cost of housing is out of control. And just working one job isn't enough. And so I'm desperately trying to be, what can I do? And I hate that we have to do side hustles. Hustles have become commonplace because people are struggling. I'm sure it's the same in many other places. As I said, I live in Australia, and I think at the moment we've got the second most expensive housing in the world. The median house price is something like $1.2 million. The median, which kind of locks people out of ever being able to own a home. And you certainly cannot do it on your own in this society that's designed for us to have someone else to be contributing. And as I said, I don't want to be forced to get into a relationship for reasons like that. I don't want to be forced to get into a relationship at all. I'm a single mum, and being a mum is what I'm focused on, and I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to recover. I don't want to lose my house. So I'm really wondering, what are you doing? What are people doing? Those of you who are struggling financially, what kind of side hustles are around? Like, I need something else. And so even after I go back to work, I'm going to need something else. And I do lots of private behavioural consulting. And before I got sick, I used to run and facilitate just my own group socialisation classes. So I was working every day, and it's still not enough. And it makes me... The cost of living, the housing situation in Australia is probably the most challenging thing that's contributing to everybody having a hard time financially. And then there's just the cost of food. It's unbelievable. You know, I'm reading things like it's gone up 20%. It's doubled. More, it's absolutely doubled. You know, it's $8 for a plain block of chocolate, and it's $8.50 for some orange juice. I did a shop the other day. It cost $166, and it was a couple of bags full of things. It is just going up and up, and I don't know how I'm going to survive it. But I have to, because I'm a mum. I'm trying to keep a roof over our heads, and my animals, I've got so many animals relying on me. I just don't know what to do. So I'm really interested what people are doing. If there's any extra online, just ideas about how to earn some extra money in a good way. in a way that I don't have to do anything that's compromising my self or my, you know what I mean, something above board. So yeah, if anyone can suggest anything, I'd be really grateful, because I'm already going to be forced to go back to work a lot sooner than is advised for my surgery. I'm meant to do 3 months of cardiac rehab. How do you live? How do you do it on your own? Can you do it on your own whilst being a parent and having to do all of the things that being a parent involves? I feel like I am forced. I feel like I'm shit at both, right? Like, I'm a really good vet nurse and I'm a really good parent. But when you try to do those both well and extra stuff on weekends, because that's not enough, it leaves me feeling like I've been a shit parent and a shit employee, because you're being pulled between so many different directions, and it means you can't do either well. You know, I'm thinking maybe I'll need to get in a border, or I don't know. I'm just after suggestions like that. So if there's anyone watching this that is a single person surviving in 2026, or trying to survive in 2026, let me know in the comments. Yeah, it's bloody hard. So bloody hard right now. Anyway, bye.